So those are the importance and challenge we need to keep in mind. And with that said, today's objective in my presentation are two. Number one, you will know 4 effective strategies and 4 fun learning tasks that can be used to build positive classroom environment in foreign language classroom. Number two, you will be able to get started with using some of those strategies right away. For instance, you'll be able to make your own Giphy. And what is Giphy? What can we do with it? I think some of you are already using it, but I want to share with you about my way to using Giphy. Okay, so let's dive in. Strategy 1, self-introduction video. So what is it? How can we use it? Okay, step 1, make a video about yourself and let your students watch it on the first day of school. Step 2, design a worksheet where they answer questions about you and make sure to ask them this question. What do we have in common? And what are we expecting from this strategy? The result, the result is break the ice and you will not look like or sound like a stranger to your students. So here's an example of the self-introduction video I have been using for the past 2 years. Yeah, those are my 2 adorable kids. So in this short video, I believe it's about 5 minutes. I just put a lot of things about me, like where do I come from, what kind of education I get, and what is my journey in the US, and who am I? I'm a mom of 2 kids, and my husband also works in the same school with me, and my family, and things I like to do, you know. So that I can give kids a 3-dimensional understanding about me.
我
So you can see
我是一个表
my family,
我在
which part of China I come from,
我去北
and
中文
when
老
I
师
came to the US, I was 21, and how did I come here, and where
这
was I
饭越来
when
越
I
好吃
first came to
都
the
上大
US,
学
and what it
后
was
来做了
my
我的伴娘
challenge when I was living in the US.
对了
And one of my
今年
students
夏
became
天
my
我
bridesmaid
回
when
阿
I
肯色
got married.
阿肯色大
And
学
I got my another education degree in the US. And what did I do
这
with
是
my
我去参
kids?
加他们的毕
And I
业典
went
礼
to my old students' graduation ceremony.
忘了
And something about my husband. And something
我
about
教
my
中
working
文
experience
3
at the current school I'm working at. You know, all those things. And the
20
time when I have my
回了
kids. And what did our kids do when we were in China, you know? So all those things, you know, make it real, make it authentic. Like, don't shy away of sharing with your students who you are. Because when they see you as a human being, as a person, as a mom, as a cousin, as a sister or brother, that will make them feel like, oh, you're not a stranger. You're kind of like a familiar person to them, you know? So that just make them feel more interested in you and make you as a teacher, their new teacher, more acceptable to them. And when they watch the video, what I did was to let them answer a few questions so that I know they're watching, they're paying attention. So you can, like, your questions can vary, but the question I would suggest you to put there for sure is write down something you have in common with your teacher. And you'll be amazed by their reaction after they finish this question. Because they'll feel like, although we have just met, but we already have something in common. And that common ground will help you build the relationship throughout the year. Okay, so that's strategy 1. Strategy 2, call home and introduce yourself. Why? Talking to parents on the phone is my trick of building trust and partnership with parents, especially when it comes to kids who may struggle in your class. You can write an email, but parents may not read it. Or when they read it, they don't see you as an individual. They don't hear your voice, they don't hear your tone. But if you call and they hear you, and in the back of their mind, they will draw a little picture about you, and they will guess what kind of person you are, and from your tone and from your language, they know you're a teacher who care about their kids. And that's a common ground for you and the parents. You both care about his or her kids. And that's how you start a relationship. It can be exhausting short term because you have to call each parent. You have to spend 10 minutes or even more on the phone, right? It's exhausting, I get it, but it has long-term benefits. It will pay off in long run. Parents and students respond better when they have talked to the teacher on the phone, especially during the distant learning. We have kids who are not as engaged as before, and we have kids who think they can get away from not doing work. And we have to hold kids accountable. We have to let parents know. If we don't let parents know, they won't be happy because they have the right to know what is going on with their kids' learning. And kids, as young as they are, they don't have the skills of management, self-management. If they're given a lot of time, they will easily slide to Google Hangout. They will go to YouTube, Netflix, and they won't be as disciplined as us as adults. I mean, even as adults, we are not so disciplined, right? Given a phone, we can just like spend hours swiping on them, like browsing on the phone, right? So we need that partnership with parents. So some tips I can give to you: if you have, let's say, 75 kids this year, make 2-3 calls every day, like within half an hour, for like altogether, like try to limit each phone call in less than 10 minutes, right? And you can finish it in within the first month. So that's like a month-long project, but it's worthy. Strategy 3 is the fun part. Okay, I tried to use this strategy this year, and the kids have been giving me very positive feedback. 2 kids were asking me, "Lu 老师, how did you make those giffies?" You know, so I'm going to show you how to make them. Strategy 3: virtually greet your kids at the door. I don't know about you, but in my class, besides giving them instructions on Zoom, not every day, I don't do that every day. The kind of teacher I am is I will make everything super clear on a daily worksheet where it integrates the interpretive mode, a lot of comprehensible input. And yeah, I go from there. And then like every step is very clearly stated. So on the daily worksheet, I always put a Giphy. Not always, because I didn't start to use this strategy until later on in the last quarter. So I put a Giphy of me greeting them at the top of the worksheet. So the point is, like, when they see me like moving, they feel like, hey, I'm in class again. I'm in Lu Lao's class again. Because when we're in school, I always stand at the door and give them the handouts and tell them 你好, 你好, hey, 你今天怎么样? How was your day? You know, so they like to see me. The last Giphy, I took it on the day I went to school to clean things up, and I let my husband to take it for me. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do that. So the first step, you need to download an app called Giphy, Giphy, Giphy on your smartphone. Okay, this one, Giphy. Okay, so it looks like this one. So open it, set up your account, and then what you can do is very easy. On the top right corner, there is a plus, say create, and which also switch to a camera sign. So click on it, and you have a screen like this. So what you do is you just hold this button You see the coral color square, right? Okay, then it finished, okay? So when you finish, you press the purple button. Okay, so it shows you the preview of your Giphy. So it's like a very short animation of you doing something, okay? Because I didn't do anything on my background, so it didn't show anything. So you say, you can quickly put a tag for other people to find it if you want to make it public. For instance, you can say plants. I will quickly type in plants. Plants. Okay. And then I scroll down and click upload to Giphy. Okay, so when it's uploading here, I'm going to show you how you're going to insert a Giphy on your Google slide. Okay, I'm going to insert a page. And by the way, you can look at my Giphy here, okay? I have my kid's Giphy when he's eating noodles and at his birthday party, and my daughter, you know, my whole family's they're here, okay? And you can see Giphy of me giving his high five. So what you can do is you come to a Google slide or anything Google document, insert image, okay, by URL. So you need to find that URL of this Giphy. What you do is you go to Giphy, the website, you come to your account, so click on your name. So all of your Giphies are synced with your online account. So this is a Giphy we just made together. So for instance, I'm going to put this Giphy of my plant and one of my shoulder. You click on the link here and come back and insert image by URL. You just paste it here. It takes a second to generate. And then there you go. A very weird Giphy. Students will think, what is wrong with me? Okay, so that's how you do it. And it's easy, right? It's easy, quick, and fun. And it will definitely bring a big smile on your kid's face, okay? So try it. So I want to show you what my daily worksheet look like with the Giphy, okay? So those are screenshots, those don't move. But when kids open it as a Google Doc, they're Giphy, like they move, like ni hao, high five, geni, okay? That's how it looks like. Yeah, so we just learned how to make Giphy, and those are some sample Giphies we have. This is my husband. He made a Giphy. He made a Giphy for his kids when there was a day called Movie Day. We encourage kids to watch target language movies at home and bring their favorite snacks and take selfies or take Giphy like this. And we had a lot of fun making Giphies. Strategy 4, start a lesson with a positive quote or funny meme. I learned this from my husband. When it was traditional school setting, and he always start his day with kids by sharing them a positive quote. That's kind of him, you know. He's like a person of wisdom. He likes to share wisdom. So when it comes to remote learning time, I just think about his strategy. I was like, wow, that is so powerful, because it is a difficult time. We all need something positive to help us just like kick off the day, you know. So I always find a positive quote for the day for my kids, and sometimes can be a funny meme, just something to, you know, we can do to put smiles on our kids' face. So what you can do is just to Google search positive quotes for kids, positive quotes for students, and choose the one you like. So that's the 4 strategies we can use right away to create a positive classroom learning environment. And there are some learning tasks we can assign to our kids. The first one, which is super fun, is called Class Instagram or Classroom Instagram. What is the purpose? It is to have students virtually familiarize and socialize with their classmates in a safe internet environment. So they don't need to have a smartphone, they don't need to download Instagram, okay? They can still socialize on this virtual Instagram. And what is it? So we ask students post pictures of their choices. It can be a picture of themselves, their family, some memes they think funny, they want to share on Google Slides, and write a caption in the target language. Okay, so for the beginning level classes, your expectation of writing caption can be similar. Can be like, name this picture, name one object on your picture, name the emotion on your picture. Can vary. And other kids, they had to look at their classmates' pictures and make comments under each slide. If you see my screen, they can make comments right here. And those are some examples I want to share with you. So this class is my phase 3 class, and the kids are more proficient in Chinese. So I wrote some instructions and why and steps and the warnings for them, like each case has to write 5 comments, and you have to name your comments. So I give them a sample. This is my picture and my caption. And those are some comments made by my students. So yeah, those are the kids' picture, like kids making cakes, or kids who love Billie Eilish, and kids who remember the time they've been to China, and kids who shared about his trip to France, and kids who shared a picture with her brother, another brother, Oh, fun memory when they were skiing in Colorado, when they were taking a field trip to the Spy Museum, kids who play cards with himself, and kids who has a mouse as a pet, and kids who has an adorable dog, and kids who feel boring, and kids who want to show off their siblings, and kids who make Chinese food, and kids who are playing Roblox, I don't know what that is, and TikTok, and kids who shared a really funny meme, and kids who remember their good time when they were traveling to China last year, and kids who show off artwork from art class, and kids who share fun time, they hang out at Chipotle with their friends, and their Nintendo Switch, the new Nintendo Switch, So kids totally have a really good time when we're doing this activity. Learning task idea 2, discussion with parents. So, kids got stuck. We all got stuck at house. And the kids are with their parents. And, sometimes parents' kids, they can drive each other crazy because they see each other all the time. So what are something we can do to get parents involved and help parents spend some time with their kids to build their relationships? So this is a really fun idea you can think about to do. The purpose of it is to get students engaged and family involved, create fun. What is it? The task is usually used at the beginning of a unit or topic. Students are asked to watch a video where the comprehensible input comes from mostly, with their family members, and record any comments, thoughts, questions their family members and themselves have. After noting them down, students will be asked to translate those notes into the target language. Well, if their family members speak the target language already, that's fantastic, right? So they can have a discussion in the target language. But if no, that's okay. You can still speak in English, and students will spend some time translating without the help of translation tools. Write them down in target language. So that's whole process, practice their interpretive ability, and if the video don't have English subtitles, the kids can translate to their parents, right? And the process of translating and listening, they're great opportunities and exercise for our kids in foreign language classroom. So after that, you ask kids to upload those notes with a selfie they took with their family. Okay, so I have some examples for you here. So for our fourth unit, we talk about the online classes in China. And one video I found was made by a Chinese speaker, Chinese as a second language speaker, who is a German guy who speaks beautiful, fluent Chinese, and he did an interview in a Chinese family. And so just to show people what the Chinese kids are going through, you know. So the whole video was in Chinese, but it has English subtitles. So I asked my kids to watch it with their family member and to come up with comments, questions, and thoughts. So those are a few examples from that day of work, okay? So 8 questions I have, 8 thoughts, ideas, comments my family have. So you see, the kids are smiling. And this kid, they're having a chilling time, talking with her dad. They're lying down comfortably at home, you know. And this kid with her sister, who also is learning Chinese. And this kid with his mom, and this is a family who have 3 kids, I believe. So mom can spend some time with the older brother. And yeah, this kid, the mom already speaks Chinese, so they can communicate in Chinese, right? So this is a really fun activity that kids like to do, and the family also got involved. Learning text idea 3 is movie day. Purpose: give students a break after intense learning and create fun. So the way I do remote learning is I assign tasks on Google Classroom every day. And during the time of giving comprehensible input, it is quite intense. Every day, I give kids a formative assessment and I grade them, put grades on the grading system. So it can be very intense, right? So after a period of time of intense learning, you have to slow down, and so that you as teacher can catch your breath, the kids can take a break. So something they can do is a movie day. Ask students to watch any movies, cartoons, TV shows that are in the target language. Find their favorite snacks and take a few selfies or gifs when they're watching it. And I give you a sample instruction here in Chinese. Okay, so let's check it out. So this is one of my daily assignment. As I mentioned before, that means day 8. Okay, that's a meme, a positive meme, and positive quote. That's the learning objective. And so this day is like more relaxing, chilling. So I ask them to fix their question answers and give them be self-reflective, give them a grace here, and watch a show and take selfies. And those are some sample gifs I give. So thanks to my husband's help, and we made it, you know. So it is fun. I really enjoy watching my kids taking the selfies my kids taking. Nobody made Giphy because probably they don't know how, or they don't they don't think it is they may think it's fun to watch, but it's not worthy to spend that much time. But they all insert a selfie there. Learning task idea 4: move around at home. So, you know, during remote learning, we all got stuck and we sit in front of the computer the whole time, staring at teacher's face or doing work. Our fingers got stiff and our neck got stiff and we couldn't move around. But especially for those kinesthetic learners, you know, they're not used to it. So what are some activities we can let kids move around? I mean, we're not a PE class, right? But we can surely, I mean, next year I can let kids do some Chinese Tai Chi, do some Chinese martial arts, you know, those like culture related stuff. But this year what I did was I asked students to, this is for my Chinese 1 kids. I think for like a higher level kids, we can think about something else, you know. just like for the constraint timelines, I haven't done so yet, but I'm sure we can think about some like more ideas. But the bottom line is think about something we can ask kids do so they can move around in their house. So for Chinese one, this is an activity, or Spanish, French one, German one you can do. Ask kids to make labels for their house items in the target language and stick up them around when they finish. They need to take photos and upload them to the assigned Google Slides. So kids, those are some examples, okay? So kids can always look at their phone, say, oh, 手机, So on the flashcards, they need to have the pinyin, the Chinese character, and if they want, they can put English meaning, but why, right? Because fridge is fridge, TV is TV. So those are some examples. And if you want to see a sample work on Google Slide, here it is. So this activity, I did it on the first day of the fourth unit, the last unit of the school year. It's called All About Me, which usually get kids prepared for a trip to China. So they need to know how to name some housing items so that, when they go to their host family's homes, they can say what they want. So those are some basic instruction, and this is this kid's sample work. That's the wall, 墙, 电脑 computer, 手机 phone, 卫生间, Okay. Let's go back. Okay. So those are the 4 strategies and the 4 learning tasks I'm sharing with you today. And those are super easy to use. And I hope those ideas will help you get prepared for the upcoming school year. And, for my school, as team, we're talking about, with new kids coming to the school building and, the possibility of school still being closed, we need to get prepared. If we are not going back to school, if we are still going to do remote learning, how do we build a relationship with new kids and parents? And how do we still create a sense of community, create a positive learning environment where kids enjoy coming to our class, although they never met their classmates or teachers, So that's something we can not control happening, but something we surely have a say and put intervention to make it better. So I'm going to end my presentation with a quote. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Although this is serious, this is like a really hard time, but I think we can really take advantage of the disadvantage and turn it into opportunity where kids can use and teachers can push more out of them. Okay, thank you everyone. If you click on my video, I hope this is something handy for you, something useful. And if you have questions about anything I talk about in this video, feel free to email me. I also have a YouTube channel where I have been gaining a little bit more followers those years because I like to make comprehensive input videos and which teach kids to master the simple sentence patterns, So if you're interested, if you also teach Chinese or teach beginning level foreign language, you can come to look at my YouTube channel and get an idea. And I want to thank you, GWATFL, for offering me this opportunity to make a video and share my humble knowledge with my colleagues. And thank you, the people who are organizing this. Thank you, Vicky. And you are the person who has been giving me this opportunity and sending me reminders. I mean, life is crazy. I have had 2 kids, and I'm glad I just did this video. And I hope everyone's still safe and sound. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.